All right, guys. Trying to get this thing balanced here. I always love the different way I have to balance this stuff. You guys should see it. Okay. Well, good morning, guys. I'm so grateful to be with you. Let's see if if anybody wrote anything in the chat. Yes, they did. Thank you so much, guys. Wonderful to hear from you. Boom. Love it. Keep that going. That's great. Hey, I've been listening to a lot of Tony Robbins stuff recently. And of course, if you're not familiar with him, Anthony Robbins, Tony Robbins, guy is so powerful and has so much great information. Take some time to read. But yeah, I read his book recently, Unlimited Power. And one of the things that struck me is I look at like the foundation of real estate that we talk about so frequently. And I'm always going to talk about it because I think it's so important. But you start with your purpose, why. You move on, you go to business plan, schedule, right? If you're new or this is your first time listening, you should be writing these 6 items down. So you've got purpose, why, or vision, like what is it that you want? What are you looking for? Do you have a business plan and a schedule? You've got discipline and accountability. You've got mindset, skill set, and systems, strategies. And if you don't have those, like, I hope that you're kind of like wearing those things on your heart. That's how I feel about them, is I know what they are, I'm familiar with them, and it's so critical that you know these 6 items and understand how they relate to your business. But one of the things that we've talked a lot about, and I'm going to put some challenge toward you today to be spending a little bit of time doing, is considering the idea of how comfortable are you in each one of these areas. And so, and what I mean by that is, if I was to say to you right now, tell me a little bit about your vision and what you see in the future happening. Okay, so vision, purpose, why. Let me tell you about somebody. Today I'm down in St. George, and the reason why is because Miss June Fucall, our wonderful wonderful broker down here, is she's retiring and retired now. And several of us are here today in a big gathering of their agents to honor her. And in somewhere around 2013, she was given a vision. A vision was cast to her, and it was get 50 agents to the St. George office. Can you build this office up? And that was what she was challenged to do. And I'm telling you, from every minute of working with her throughout those several years, she was constantly talking about those 50 agents. Well, about 3 weeks ago, right, like the last week of her actually serving as the branch manager down here, branch broker, she sent me a text that said, just recruited the 50th agent. And she got to 50. So you think about for a moment, purpose, why, vision. Well, June had this idea, this goal, this thing that was out there she was going to get, and she knew she was going to get it. She was determined. She was committed to it. And what do you know? She made it happen, which is remarkable. So think for just a moment, what in your life right now is important to you? What is there? Is there something in your life that you're like, I really want to get to whatever? Fill in the blanks. Look, we talk a lot about, is it something from a health standpoint? Is it something from a business, career standpoint? Is it a relationship thing, right? Is there anything out there right now that's even driving you in your mind? I hope that there is. And if I can just get more specific right into the real estate world, think about your business right now. I love the question that George has asked for years. And the very first time I heard it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And that question was, are you getting better, or is the market getting better? And what's happening to your business? Is it because you've got such great systems and strategies and skill set and you're very disciplined? Is that what is a result of your success? Or is it because the market's gotten so good? There's been so many people. It's easier to get calls. I'm not suggesting one or the other for you. I don't know. But it's a great question for you, because as a full-time agent at the time when I was asked that question, it made me realize and recognize, I think the first time I heard this was right after the government had offered these grants to people for purchasing homes. And it was like snap of the fingers, everybody and their dog wanted to buy a home. Some of you may remember this, 2011, maybe, 2010, maybe actually. Anyway, everybody also, and it got easy to do the business. Now look, I'd shown up for all the hard years, so I'd done something right there. I'd done some of those things, and I had to give myself credit. But at that point, was I succeeding because of this plan and the circumstances, or was it because of the business that I had? It was probably a combination of both. And so what that did is it allowed me to step it up and say, I must get a little bit better. And for you right now, that involves, number one, creating that vision, purpose-wise, defining it, just knowing what it is that you want. And then, of course, from there, you're going to have to create a plan. It's great to think about what you want. All of us can think about, well, this is the thing that I really, really want. And this is where the Tony Robbins book comes in about strategy and a plan in place, right? Think about it. It's on here twice. You've got a business plan. You've got your systems and strategies. And I read yesterday, Tony Robbins, I've heard this before, but just talking about it's amazing to have a strategy, but it has to be a good strategy, right? He said, somebody might say, I am determined and destined to see a beautiful sunset. Okay, that's what they want. And he said, so in order to see a beautiful sunset, I'm going to start running east. Now think about it. Are you going to see a sunset running east, looking east, heading east? No. And Tony Robbins' point was, you might have something really great that you want. You might even be taking some of the action necessary to do it. But if you're heading the wrong way or looking the wrong way, your strategy is no bueno. So guys, what is the strategy that you have for your business and for accomplishing what you want? And today I thought I would just add a couple of points that could be good regarding this and your opportunity. So hang with me on this for just a second. We talk so much about, prospect, right? Talk to people, create conversations, whatever you want to call it. Lead generation, right? We talk so much about it, and it's so essential to your business. But it's also essential for you to work on your business. The prospecting, the door knocking, the negotiating, the presenting, all of those things are the world of working inside and in and around your business. But you must take some time to work on your business. Now, my worry with this is always, when you talk about working on your business, is that agents will take time to just stop doing everything they need to do to work on your business. I'm the perfect example. I think the first 3 weeks of my real estate career were spent creating the best postcards you've ever seen in your life. I had to get these postcards done right. They were going to be wonderful postcards, and you were going to just love them. And guys, they sucked. Honestly, even when they were done and I'd spent all my money and energy on them, they were awful. I paid $100 for 4,000 postcards, and easily, if you want to talk about opportunity cost, how much did those postcards cost me in time, energy, effort, mental exertion? It's crazy and embarrassing to think about, but it's the reality. I did it. The cost of those things was well more than $100 for 4,000 postcards. Do you know what I loved is that in the first 7 years of my career, I moved offices twice. And so every time I had to pick up these postcards and move them, right? I had postcards within a month of being an agent, and I had 4,000 of them. Guess how many I had 7 years later? 3,887 of them. Like, I maybe used a few. All right. And they were probably used like throwing them around the office. The idea is fine. Am I saying postcards are bad? No. Am I saying direct mail marketing is bad? Heavens no. But what I'm saying is that per the explanation I gave a minute ago from Tony Robbins, my strategy was horrible. My focus was horrible. And so agents, for you right now, think about in your lives, what is going on? What's getting in your way? What is your focus? And where and what are you doing to work on your business? It's essential that you do it and you create the plan. And so from a pure business standpoint, as you look at this, I love asking those great questions. Who, what, where, when, why? You want answers to your questions right here? I was going to do the Few Good Line quote. You want answers? I want the truth. You want answers to your business right now and the things you're doing? Take any item in your business right now. Take any item on the foundation right now. Mindset, right? Who do you listen to? What's important to you? What's working? What's not working? Where do you strengthen your mindset? When do you strengthen your mindset, right? It's twofold. You got to create the strong mindset. You've got to protect the strong mindset. You want to talk about your skill set, okay? Who do you practice your skills with? What scripts are you practicing? Where do you practice? When do you practice, right? Think about this. It's crazy. Do you have answers to these questions? This is where you're creating systems and strategies in your business. And for me, guys, the most important one in this world, because it's going to make the biggest difference, because it's the thing that, look, over 14, 15 years of coaching, training, speaking, all that stuff, watching agents, being an agent. What I know the greatest challenge is the who are we speaking to? What is our objective, and how are we creating business, generating the pipeline? And here's what I love about that. If you can answer these questions, who am I calling? I've said it 100 times. I've heard it 100,000 times. Who are the people you're prospecting and focusing to? If someone came to you right now and said, who is your lead type? Is it easy for you to say, boom, rolls off the tongue? FSBOs, expireds, right? Is that what it is? Just listen to some web leads, SOI, right? I door knock, right? What is it that you do? What defines you? Think about some agents that you know. Think about some of the top agents. Josh Johnson, great agent in our office. Many of you know Josh. He was defined by the fact that he was a door knocker. That was Josh. He was a door knocker. Everyone knew that. So, and why? Because he had established this, who I'm going to speak with. So if the same was said for you right now, if someone said, hey, so-and-so, right? What would they say about you? Would you be defined by that? Would you be defined by making the calls? Okay. Next, going back to prospecting. What? Do you know what you're going to say to someone? Think about that. Do you know? Do you have scripts identified? One of the interesting things that I hear so often from both top producing agents, seasoned agents, right? Mid-level, whatever you want. I think I hear a little more often than I'm comfortable with. I don't really have scripts that I use, or I don't really have a presentation per se. Now look, there's a gap filler there. They probably do have a set presentation that they use. They probably have a set script that they're working with, but how much better would it be if it was written down? How much better would it be if it was defined and that they could say with confidence? Because when I ask somebody about their script, their presentation, their listing presentation, and they kind of, they immediately kind of a defensive weapon of just downplay it like, I don't really have it, right? That means that they lack confidence in what their message is to people. Even if it's just a little bit, don't you want to give yourself every potential benefit, gain? You know, I always talk about exhausting every option. If you think you have a script that you use and it's not the Everest script or Mike Ferry script or whoever script it might be, right? That's okay. Just define the script that you're using. and study other scripts to see if there's something you need to add to or take away. Where? Okay, where do you prospect each day? Where do you call people? Is there a specific time? Let me ask you this. Do you think if you prospected from the same spot, the same location every single day, that you would be better or worse off? Right? Horrible question, because it's almost manipulative. It's crazy. When do you prospect? Same question. Would you be better or worse off if you had a specific time every day that you spent time talking with people, generating leads, right? You would be. We know you would be. Why? Go back and connect the dots here. Purpose, why, vision. Why are you doing it, right? That's one element of that question. Many of these do that, but why should they listen to you? What is your value proposition? Why are you calling? Right? Think about that as you're on the phone. Why are you calling? Do you have a good answer for that? Why should I pick you? If somebody were to say, why should I choose you? Do you have a good answer? These are all great questions for you to just spend some time, guys. I'm going back to systems and strategies, working on your business. As Tony Robbins said, you know, it's nice to say I want to see sunsets, but if you're running east, you have a bad strategy. Think about your business right now. Think about the areas of your business right now, the areas of the foundation, and ask yourself, am I heading the right direction? Do I have the right strategy in place? And if you do, guys, kudos to you. You're already one step of the game. I know I'm preaching to the choir because you are here this morning. But second, if you feel a little bit uncertain, if you can't answer these questions, even regarding prospecting, who, what, where, why, when, what, how, all that good stuff, take some time to write that down. I am absolutely certain by just the mere exercise of writing those down, it's going to improve your game and excel your career in ways you can't imagine. So guys, it's great to be with you today. So thankful for all that you're doing and the opportunity to associate with you. I hope that you'll dial in some systems and some strategies and make sure that you are just headed in the right direction. Thank you so much, and let's close up with some affirmations.